Hello, and welcome back to PNN at College. My name is Parker Taft, and today is another edition of our Going to College with COVID. Yes, I am now wrapping up my second week of classes, my third week being here at college, and things have changed a little, but not by much. Masks still required everywhere, even going to the bathroom. So, yes. Let us begin, shall we? So, a few ideas and questions that sort of came to me and you have asked during the week that has succeeded us since the last going to college with COVID journal was, what was freshman orientation like during COVID? Well, many of you were thinking of, fun activities, icebreakers, club fair, getting to meet lots of new people, roommates, your dorm mates, and the like. Well, not so much exactly. What would have been live and most often interactive trainings and orientation meetings were put on virtual or online classes. We went to a website which the Student Activities Office ran. And we would log on and watch live streams and videos, and then answer questions responding to them. Personally, I found it quite boring. I give a lot of credit to my orientation leader. He tried his best to make it as fun and interesting as possible, but having gone through sort of a pre-orientation with the Bonners program, which is a lot more interactive, because it was a smaller group, we could all get together, we could do skits and icebreakers and trainings in person, when compared with the campus at large, which the other freshmen had to go through a more social distance freshman orientation for obvious reasons. I completely understand. But you can only do so many icebreaker activities before people start to get bored of it. It starts to get annoying and repetitive. The club fair actually didn't take place till this past weekend, and it was online, on Zoom. Most of the clubs are recruiting through word of mouth rather than through the club fair or through scheduled activities that they normally would do. As for myself, classes continue to go well. I've completed my first essay, which will be turned in this coming week. I've got some more work and papers coming out. I have one completely asynchronous online course, which has been a bit of a struggle to find the time to do it with all my other commitments, but I found it easier if I scheduled blocks of time ahead during the week, so I know that is the time I will be doing this particular course. It is a bit boring. It's mostly reading and supplemental videos and content, but it's understandable. It's an asynchronous course. In-person courses, the interaction between professor and student are a lot more interesting. The few in-person classes that I do have been quite enjoyable. I've been especially enjoying my philosophy class. We've been doing a lot of discussion on that, and philosophy is basically like the art of questioning and trying to find what is the true meaning and definition of something, and their definition of what a definition is a description that will allow me to isolate this one particular thing and this one particular thing only. So, for instance, chairs. I want the definition of chair which will allow me to take and group all the chairs in the world together without getting any couches or sofas or lazy boys or footrests in that category. So, it's been quite interesting, the discussion. I've been especially enjoying Plato's Republic. I do a book review probably on my main channel and on this channel after I've completed reading it for my course. So, what were we talking about? Oh, freshman orientation. So, yes, freshman orientation was pretty boring for the most part. So, college food during COVID. Well, college food is college food. It's cafeteria food. It's not horrible. It's not wonderful. Home cooking is by far, the superior way to receive food. Next is restaurants, and then third is the cafeteria style. They do have a salad bar, which I have indulged in on many occasions for dinner. And the food choices have been quite varied for the most part, although breakfast has consisted mostly of scrambled eggs. Now, I like eggs, but after a while, eggs do get old, especially if they're just scrambled every day. without fail. So, when you go up, it's basically, like I said, cafeteria style. You go in with your plate if you're eating inside, or a to-go box if you're eating outside. You go through and they serve the food. You have your pasta bar. You have usually 2 or 3 options for lunch or dinner. Then you have your salad bar, sandwiches, and soup, obviously, and then you have your rolls, your fruit, sides. You go through and you put it all on your plate or on your serving container, and then you leave. It's one direction, so you come in one way and then you leave another, and all the seats are spaced out 6 feet or more apart. There's only a certain number of people that can sit at the table. Each table has to be washed in between uses. During high capacity hours, a lot of people have to just go outside to find seating to eat, because you can't eat inside because it's already at capacity, COVID capacity. Getting drinks, there's drink machines, but again, you have to social distance, and there's a line to go and to do that. Now for in-person classes. Well, in-person classes, obviously, they're not in all the typical venues. Like, my philosophy class is in a room which was actually built and designed as sort of a reception room, or something a guest lecturer would use. It wasn't necessarily designed as a classroom, but it had to be co-opted because there weren't enough classrooms available for all the professors for in-person teaching. It could be effectively social distanced. So, all the chairs stationed 6 feet apart. Everyone's wearing masks all the time, taking notes. You have to sanitize after each use. There's cameras, so the professors can make Zoom recordings for those who are taking it virtually this semester, or for those of them who can't make it that particular day, or who are in quarantine. So, what else? Oh, moving in during quarantine. What was that like? Well, like I said, I was in the Bonners program, so I got to move in about 3 days ahead of everyone else. So it was pretty quiet. All the upperclassmen Bonners came and helped us move in. It was rather quick. We got all of our stuff up here in, I dare say, half an hour, 45 minutes. And then it took about another hour and a half to get everything sorted out. Masks had to be worn at all times, which was a pain because doing any sort of manual physical labor for a prolonged period of time with a mask on is not fun, and not in the slightest. So I came up here, organized all the stuff. I'll probably make a quick video sometime in the near future just to shoot, or maybe even just a picture on one of my videos showing my dorm room setup. And maybe you can give me some advice on how I can improve it, as I've been doing some research of it on my own. So, hang the clothes up, get it stored away in my trunk and my dresser, get all that sorted out. So, yeah, moving in during COVID was interesting to say the least, in that everyone was wearing masks, gloves, everything had to be sanitized, but overall the room accommodations were adequate, although they are in need of a good painting and cleaning and maybe a few more lights, but I can't complain. Although I do have a friend who got a dorm room. He's a freshman, but he got a dorm room that was designated for juniors because at his college only freshmen and seniors are coming back to campus. So he got a junior dorm, and it looks like a bloody hotel room. Awesome. If I get permission from him, I'll share a photo of what it looks like to all of you wonderful people. So it was difficult getting all this stuff in while wearing a mask, but the extra help was much appreciated, and we were able to circulate around and get it all done. And then making the bed was interesting because the bed is lofted, so you basically have to crawl over it to put the sheets on and make the bed, and that was a bit of a pain. Other than that, the desk, I was able to file away all my papers and get it organized sufficiently. I was even able to find a place for my 6 personal reading books. Yes, I was a bit overambitious and thought I could get away with 6 personal reading books and still do all that I'm doing and still read 6 personal reading books. Well, there hasn't been yeah, I finished. I'm on the verge of finishing one right now, so who knows? Maybe by the end of the semester I will have it finished. My hallmates are pretty good, although loud music at certain hours of the night do tend to be a bit of annoying. My CA is quite good, indeed. And so yeah, that's about it. That summarizes my COVID journal for this week at least. And if you have any questions about going to college with COVID, or going to college in general, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know what your question or interest is, and I will try to include that in next week's journal video. And I think that about wraps it up. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be making another video this week detailing time management, the college edition, which will be taking some of the ideas I had for my PNN time management video, combined with new stuff that I've learned from being at college for college students or high school students transitioning into college. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, this is the PNN at College broadcast, signing off.